And mind y'all, she's a musician, so these are her songs that she's playing. It's not like it's a song from the radio. These are songs that she made up. So I'm having to hear her, and she played it over and over and over and over again. She would play her songs all day, the same song all day. And I'm like, oh my God, you're crazy. You're crazy. You are out of your mind. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Danreael. Before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. So what's up, y'all? This is my channel. If you don't know already, hit the like button like I just told you to do, okay? But in today's video, we are going to be doing a story time. Now, have a lot of story times, but this one in particular is a recent story time. So this is the story time of how I met my neighbor from hell, okay? Now, I've lived in a few apartment complexes for the most part, but I've never had like crazy neighbors. So this was a first time experience for me, but let's just get into the story. So I had been living at this apartment complex for maybe a year. I had a range of neighbors, and I lived on the first floor, and then there was a floor above me. And in our particular unit, there was 4 neighbors. So it was 2 on the bottom and then 2 on the top. I was on the bottom right here, and then there was a spot above me. So yeah, and my bad, y'all, I'm at the doctor's office. But yeah, I was on the bottom. So before this lady moved in, there was a bunch of other neighbors. There was this one girl, and there was this lady with her daughter. Mind you, I understand, like, I'm on the bottom floor, I'm gonna hear noise, I'm gonna hear footsteps, da 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 da. Cool. My other last 2 neighbors before this lady, they were cool. Even the lady with the daughter, they never made too much noise or nothing like that. Like, I could never hear them, nothing. So year 2 roll around. I had already signed my lease again, so I'm still staying here. But at this point, the 2 neighbors before, they had already left. So at this point, it was just me and my old man neighbor that stayed across from me, and nobody lived above either of us. So it was just always really quiet. Now the old man, I think he was kind of retired, you know what I'm saying? He just worked out in his house, and he would go to the store and stuff like that. Cool, never really loud or nothing like that. Very nice. So one day in the summertime, this lady moves in. She looks kind of young, but I couldn't really tell. She moved in a bunch of stuff. Like, she had the biggest U-Haul, and I remember she had her patio door open. She had a bunch of stuff in there. So I'm like, dang, that's a lot of stuff. And she also had a cat. Mind you, I'm not even gonna talk about the cat. She had a cat. So about the first week that she's there, I hear like loud music. Like, it sounds like I'm playing a speaker next to me in my room, loud as heck. So I'm like, what? And it's like 3 a.m. Mind you, I get up for work at 5 and I gotta be to work at 6, so I have to get rest, you feel me, because I gotta get up early. So I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, she just moved in, she probably playing music, you know, to catch a vibe, to unpack all her stuff. Cool. I don't say nothing for a whole like week or 2, because I know, like, if I'm unpacking all my stuff, I want to, you know, listen to music or watch TV while I'm doing that, because I'm thinking of things from my perspective. So first week, cool. And mind you, that was at 3 a.m. the first time I heard the music. Then I started to hear the music like all throughout the day, different times, and it's just loud. It's so loud, and I'm like, there's no way. How are you up all hours of the day playing loud, obnoxious music? So time goes by. I say like a month. I don't say nothing. I'm just trying to like adapt to it, but I can't, because baby, when I go home, I like to rest. Baby, my house is peaceful. Like, it's quiet. There's no crazy sounds, no smell. Like, my house is my sanctuary. It's peaceful, okay? So a month go by, and I make a report, and I put it through the housing, the leasing office or whatever. So I put in my report for the leasing office, and you know, I started to hear the music get quieter. So I'm like, okay, maybe they told her to keep down the noise. So cool. maybe like a week go by, start hearing crazy noises again. And I'm like, okay, she tripping. So I put in another report. Then for like another, month, everything is cool. And then she started playing the loud music again. So before I make this third report, I go actually put a note on her door, because I know like she has a pattern of how she plays and how loud she has a pattern. I've noticed the pattern. So it's about to be the weekend. It's like a Friday, and I tell her like, well, it's like a Saturday, because I wanted Sunday to be peaceful. I tell her like, if you, I said something, I don't remember the note, but it was really short. It was like something along the lines of, hey, if the music is too loud or something, I'm gonna have to report you to the office, something like that. I think I took a picture, I don't know, but it was really short, and it wasn't even like, wasn't all drawn out. So I leave that little one sentence note on her door, right? And I had left because I went to the store. Came back, there was a note on my door, and her note was like a page long letter, and I have a picture of it. I'm gonna put it in this video. And she just started talking about how she's just moved here, her name, she's a rapper, she's a musician. She tells me the quiet hours in Kansas City. Mind you, I've lived in Kansas City most of my life. I know what is and ain't in Kansas City, so please don't tell me the quiet hours of Kansas City, okay? She just goes on to try to like gaslight me in the letter, make excuse, blah blah blah, whatever. So I read her letter, and I was gonna write her letter back, but I didn't. And she leaves me a little raggedy business card that looks like it's a prostitute selling something, but that's her music business card. Cool. Read the letter, I'm like, yeah, whatever. So after that, she still continues to play the loud music every day. And after this point, she begins to start yelling and screaming in her house as well. And she's stomping on the floor as well. And mind y'all, she's a musician, so these are her songs that she's playing. It's not like it's a song from the radio. These are songs that she made up. So I'm having to hear her, and she played it over and over and over and over again. She would play her songs all day, the same song all day. And I'm like, oh my God, you're crazy. You're crazy. You are out of your mind. So with all of this, I'm like, oh my God, she's actually probably a psychopath. Like, she's crazy. So for a while, I'm just like, what am I gonna do? And at this point, I'm ready to move out, because I had, mind you, I had just signed my second year lease. If I would have known that she was gonna move there, I would have moved out, like, for real, because being around people like that, toxic, dirty, nasty, trifling people, I don't like that. I don't, because I'm not that type of person. I'm actually really peaceful, really respectful, and I take into consideration the people around me. And I would not do that. If I was the neighbor on the top, I wouldn't be walking around banging stuff, playing. I wouldn't do that. So I felt really disrespected. And mind you, I see her in passing all the time. She don't have that same energy when we passing. So I'm like, oh, you just disrespectful. Because the same way you acting up in that apartment, do that when you see me outside. When you come through the hallway, do that when you see me outside. She ain't never did that outside. So I'm like, oh, you playing a game. So she just was playing games the whole time. Like I said, I ended up reporting her to the office, and I told the leasing manager, his name was BJ, I was like, look, if you don't say nothing, I'm gonna have to skedaddle, okay? Wait a second, I'm at the doctor right now, and I'm having to do this like test, but I'm gonna come back to you in a second. So yeah, let me finish the story. She basically just keep being disrespectful and just ruthless or whatever. So I'm like, bro, you is tripping. You're tripping. And she don't have no kids, she don't have no man, nothing. But like, oftentimes I would see, like, it would be like dudes that'll come through late at night, and then I would hear the sex sounds and the moaning, because I guess her bedroom is like right above my bedroom. So I hear all the things she talking about, everything that's going on. So I'm just like, who is that? Why would you even lay with that lady? Like, why? But yeah, I ended up, like I said, recording her. And then she finally stopped. But like I said, once she stopped playing the loud music, she would just call her mama and scream and yell and do this, do that. And y'all, like, remember when I told y'all she wrote that crazy letter to me? the next week after that, she lost her car. And I was like, she must have been trying to wish back will on me, but God put it right back to her. And I was like, that's crazy. So I feel like she just had like some hater vibes in her towards me or whatever. But my whole thing is, ain't you supposed to be the musician? Ain't you supposed to be this and that and X, Y, and Z? But why you hating on me? Because I don't do all that. Don't nobody know what I do behind the scenes. Don't nobody know I do social media. Don't nobody know about my ministry. Don't nobody know nothing, because I keep it that way. Like, I live totally separate lives for the purpose of like privacy, and just that's how you move. You move in silence. You don't tell everybody X, Y, and Z. So yeah, she ended up losing her car. Then she ended up trying to get cool with this other neighbor that lived outside of me, and I got a video of the girl yelling at her. I'm gonna put it in here. But I guess she ended up stealing something from the other girl. The other girl hecka cool. She got a baby. Her and her baby daddy got into it one night. I got the video of that too. I need to do a story time on that. But I got the video of the girl yelling at her like, stay away from my stuff. Don't touch my stuff. You did that in front of my son. Da, da, da. Like, she was going off on her. But yeah, that's what happened with that. She fell out with that neighbor. And then the girl's baby daddy was yelling at her one day too. Like, da 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 da. Like, it was crazy. I'm like, she falls out with everybody around her, but she don't see that it's her. Like, you're the problem, bro. But yeah, she just was a neighbor from hell. She hecka disrespectful. Don't care about nobody around her. It's all about her. And I just can't believe I lived by somebody like that. But I'm just so happy that I left. And mind you, the day I moved out and I went to turn into my keys to the leasing office, the apartment manager, BJ, he was like, did that girl ever stop playing that music? Because I told her to. And I was like, she tried to keep it down. She still played the music though. And he was like he really cared, because I done reported this lady like 12 times to you, bro. He didn't really care. He just said that because I was in his face. Because I never went to the office when I lived there. I paid my rent online and stuff like that. And I paid my rent early. Like, I was a good tenant. House looked just like it was when they gave it to me. Paid my rent on time. Cool tenant. So yeah, people around me just be being so disrespectful, but it's cool. They get it all back, because God don't play about this one. He don't. And don't. But yeah, y'all, that's the story time on my neighbor from hell. I hope y'all liked it. If y'all want more story times, let me know which one you want. I love y'all. God bless y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.